Hello, welcome back to our 2020 Divinity Original Sin 2 guide. We are going to be starting Act 2 right here. Alright, we're on the boat. We're going to re-recruit Red Prince. He was over here. He's always going to respawn over here on the boat. So if you had Red Prince in your party, he's going to be over there. Alright, if you had Ivan in your party, he's going to start off right here. He's going to be wandering around in this general area. Alright, so if you want to recruit Ivan, just look around in this area. He'll be doing his laps. We're going to go recruit Beast. He is also here on the second floor of the deck here. He's right over there. Not that. There we go. And unless you had some really bad influence with them, like if if Beast wanted to talk to somebody and you were like, no, screw you, Beast, or Fred Prince wanted to talk to one of the Dreamers and you told him no, as long as you let them do the little tiny side things they wanted to do, they're going to rejoin your group. The only time that I've ever had somebody not be willing to rejoin the party here was Sibyl, and that's like the first or second time I played through. I didn't let her kill Stingtail, and she got all mad about that. Alright, if you want to recruit Fane, he's going to be right over here at the far end of the second floor of the ship. Alright, now I'm just looking for this, looking for pillows, because you can make feathers out of pillows, and you can make teleportation scrolls out of feathers. So if you see pillows, grab them. You can use those to make teleportation scrolls. Alright, and then if you find any books like I just did there, you can definitely read those, and maybe get some new recipes. Alright, I'm going to head on down to the bottom floor of the boat. On the bottom floor of the boat is where you're going to be doing most of the plot-relevant things. Now, the objective here on this ship is to get it running, alright? So the ship is made of live wood. It's wood that's alive, alright? There's an elf. When elves die, sometimes they get turned into trees, and then they cut down one of those elf trees and turn it into this boat. Or at least the front part of the boat. Probably not the whole thing. That'd be a really big tree if it was the whole boat. So anyway, the ship is kind of like a slave. It's not running right now. We need to figure out how to get the boat up and running. So you're going to find Alexandar's body over here. Even if you blew it up and then reanimated it with a little bloated corpse, no matter what, Alexander, his body is still perfectly intact. He's alive. He's sleeping, knocked out, but he's alive over there. I would recommend fighting this Magister over here. She's really easy, and she gives you XP, so why wouldn't you? And once you get her out of the way, you can check Alexandar's body, and you should always find a... Oh, well, I guess you gotta just search through them. So it's not gonna open up a little container. When you get to Alexandar's body, you're gonna search through, and you're going to get a strange gem. Alright? Once you get the strange gem, you're gonna walk over to this door here. And when you get to this door, you're going to want to hold the gem up to it. Alright? So you might have to go through a few conversation choices here. So hold the gem you took from Alexander out towards the door. Hold the door towards the thing. Alright, and once the door starts talking to you, tell the door to open. Tell the door you've forgotten your password. Use the first wits persuasion option. You don't need any persuasion for that. And that'll always work. And then the door will give you the fortitude, or give you the password, which is fortitude. Alright, then you come over to this door over here. Alright, and then when this door starts talking to you, just state the password, fortitude, and that door will open right on up for you. Alright? Now when you get into this room, before we move forward here, you're going to notice this guy sitting over here, Tarquin. He was in this room while it was locked. You can talk to Tarquin. He was kind of enslaved by Dallas, because again, we are on Dallas's old ship. He was just kind of forced to do some unsavory things. Alright, so you're going to wander your way through the conversation until all your allies start giving their 2 cents on what to do about him. Your party's kind of debating whether or not they want to let this guy live or kill him because they're not sure if he can be trusted. You're going to want to let him live. Alright, so you're going to say whatever the option happens to be for your character that lets him not die. I'm pretty sure it's usually the first one, but I'm not positive. And then after that, you can wander your way through, and if you just wander your way through, you'll open up a trade window. Now, he's a pretty good vendor. Alright, he's got quite a variety of things over here with gear and weaponry. He will always have necromancy skills at your level, like, you know, whatever level you're able to buy. And then he usually has one random source skill book from some other skill tree. He is always going to have 4 source orbs for sale, or for stealing. So you can take those and level up, and he'll have 4 more again every time. Alright. Usually got some scrolls. He's pretty good. You want to keep him around. You don't want to bribe him pretty early on. Alright. And he also sells runes pretty consistently, which we're going to start using a little bit more in Act 2, because now we're going to find a lot more weapons that can actually use runes, like the little circles at the bottom of the weapon square right there. Alright. So right now we're not going to interact with his inventory. Alright. So you're going to find over here next to him a teleport pyramid. You want to grab that. Alright. Then coming over here on this desk. Alright, you can search the desk if you want. Alright, you're going to get a book there. We'll teach you how to create flame runes if you haven't already grabbed that. There's a book like that in Fort Joy. And then right here you're going to find a book on top of the desk, Dusty Tome. You're going to want to read that and then pick it up, and that tells you how to control the boat that we're trying to get up and running. Alright, so that's all you need to start up the boat. But we're still going to loot around a little bit more here. Alright, so if you have Lucky Charm, there's a lot of stuff over here that can proc Lucky Charm just in the boat as a whole. Down here you'll find the second teleporter pyramid. You could use the first teleporter pyramid to just teleport to the second one. Alright. Or you can come down through the way that we did here. Alright. Now on this little end table, desk, whatever you want to call it here, alright, aside from the body parts and jars over there, you're going to find a jar of mind maggots. Now we did have a few of these pop up on the first island. We had one in the Tower Brachus Rex and one over by Niles. If you didn't grab those, or if you already used them, you're going to want to definitely grab that one there. Alright. We're going to come back up this ladder. Now, if you didn't fight Dallas and Alexander inside Fort Joy, there's going to be some Geists in here. I believe there's 4 of them that'll show up right there. Alright, now if you don't have any empty grenade canisters, alright, sometimes he'll sell them. They're the ones shaped like this, but they're gray. He doesn't always. I think he does sell them sometimes. But we made sure to buy a few of them on Fort Joy, or on the island where Fort Joy was. Reaper's Coast, Reaper's Eye. So these empty grenades right there, so you can use those to craft a mind maggot grenade with the jar of mind maggots. Alright. So we're going to come up here and we're going to do just that. We're going to go to grenades, mind maggot grenades, and we're going to make 2 of those. Alright, now the mind maggot grenades are one of the easiest ways to get through a rather difficult encounter coming up. Alright, so if you didn't use, if you didn't take Death Fog at the beginning of the game, then you're going to definitely want the mind maggot grenades. And if you used up all the Death Fog that you did take, you're going to definitely want the mind maggot grenades. They just make this next combat that we're going to come through, it's just so much easier with either Death Fog or mind maggots. Alright, now over here at the bottom of the boat, there's this mirror. Alright, this mirror allows you to respec your character. That's not respect with a T, it's respec, short for respecification. Alright, R-E-S-P-E-C. Alright, so you can change up anything about your character. Alright, except for with Red Prince, you cannot change his skin color. That's locked in at his amethyst red color. Alright, so with Red Prince, alright, we can change up all his attributes, we can change up his abilities, talents, whatever we want. Alright, now we're not going to change a whole lot, but we are going to come down to his Lucky Charm, and we are going to get rid of that and pump up Lore Master, because we want to know as much about our enemies as we can, because we have a mixed damage party team, so we have all sorts of magic damage being flung around. We want to know what our enemies are weak against, what they're strong against, and everything in between. Now I kind of like his talents here. Alright, we're going to probably keep all those. I might get rid of all skilled up pretty soon. Not quite sure when we're going to do that. Alright, but there's a few other things in here we could get for him other than that. That would be better. Alright, but for right now, I think I'm going to keep it there. And every time you use the mirror, you're going to have to rechain your party. Alright, I'm definitely going to be changing some stuff on Beast. His wits are up a little bit higher than I would like. Alright, so we're going to pump up Finesse. And, you know, I don't even want with, yeah, we're just going to pump up Finesse all the way right there with Beast. And with Beast, he's going to have the Gorilla talent. I really don't like the Gorilla talent. It's not awful, but it's not good either. It's something that late game, after level 16, you can get a really good sneak attack based rogue power, scoundrel power, but before that, it's just not worth it using Gorilla, so I'm going to get rid of that. Now, Glass Cannon is a decent option for a roguish scoundrel character. It starts with max AP, but your armor doesn't stop status protection, so you can do a lot of stuff every turn, but you better not get hit. Since he has invisibility, he can utilize Glass Cannon a lot better. Alright, if nobody's hitting him, it doesn't really matter if he has armor or not. Alright, but for Beast, we are going to get Ambidextrous with Beast. Now the reason for that, and by the way, we're going to go over what it does real quick first. Ambidextrous reduces the cost of using grenades and scrolls by 1 AP when your offhand is free. I don't know if you guys noticed, but all of Act 1, Beast was constantly dropping a dagger to punch people. And then when he does that, he's got a free hand, and that lets him use Ambidextrous. And I really like with rogue-type characters right here. Right, Beast has Petrifying Touch because he's a dwarf, so that gives him 1 AP, crowd control. He's got that knockdown Sucker Punch, right, 1 AP, crowd control. He's got Chloroform, 1 AP, crowd control. Right, he's got a lot of really quick 1 action point crowd control type moves, and that's really neat. I like that. He can lock people down with 1 action point. Ambidextrous reduces grenades by 1 action point, so if somebody's wet from rain or if they're shocked or something, he can chuck a water balloon, chuck a thunderbolt grenade. He can do a whole lot of other ways to crowd control people with 1 AP, so I'm going to be using Ambidextrous. Alright, the second choice for him was Glass Cannon. If you don't like Ambidextrous, you haven't been dropping daggers, Glass Cannon's really good. Just make sure that you use Chameleon Cloak with him as much as you can. Maybe delay his turn so he can go twice. If you go with Glass Cannon, I would probably recommend keeping his wits up a little bit higher, just so he keeps going first. Alright. With Pyramus, we're going to come on over here, and we are going to take out All Skilled Up. Alright, now when you do that, it's going to just take away your last used thing over here. So we're going to drop Telekinesis, because we're going to lose a civil ability. And not attributes, whoops, up here in the top half of the same exact screen. Alright, so we've got 4 base Pyrokinetic, and we've got 5 base Aerothurge, so we're just going to drop 1 from Aerothurge to even those out. Alright, and then when we use All Skilled Up, goes away. You know, we don't have to lose any extra points here, right? Now, it is going to have them still with a plus here. They should have that once you take out All Skilled Up. Alright, and we are going to give him Savage Sortilege. This is going to allow him to crit with his spells, alright? So now we're going to be a little bit more careful looking for crit chance and wits and all that good stuff on our equipment. Alright. Now if you notice, the window said he still had stats to, or points to use, but over here he does not because All Skilled Up went away. Alright, with Mumbo, I don't think we have to change anything with Mumbo. We could probably, yeah, we're going to take All Skilled Up off of him as well. Which is a little upsetting because bartering is really nice. Alright. And then over here, his Hydrosophist is at 4. And his Geomancy is also 4. So those are already evened out. Alright. Summoning's only at 1. Necro's only at 1. Huntsman's only at 1. So there's really nothing obvious to take away from him. So just take away from either Geo or Hydro. And just remember you're going to pump one of them back up the next time he levels. Alright. So I can get rid of All Skilled Up and also give him Savage Sortilege. Alright, and we are good to go. Alright. So now we're going to head back up to the second floor of the boat, ship, whatever you want to call it. And on the second floor, you're going to find this chest right here. Alright, this storage chest. So from this point on in the game, whenever you find something in your inventory, you can right-click and... maybe you can't do it while you're on the boat, But there will be an option at some point here to send to the Lady Vengeance. Alright. So it'll say send to Lady Vengeance, and it'll just store it immediately in this chest. So if you're encumbered, you got a bunch of stuff, you're running around, you can't walk because you've got too much weight, send it there. It'll be good to go, waiting for you whenever you need it. Alright, now remember, we are trying to squeeze out as much XP as we can right here. So these two guys, alright, they got armor. You know what that means. They're going to give us some experience. So we're going to take these two down. Alright, when you take them down, their combined XP they're going to give you is 1,450. That's a decent little chunk right there. And then we're going to head on up to the top floor. We're going to come on over here, though, to this elf up near the top of the ship, Maeve. We're going to pickpocket Maeve, because she's got a little bit of stuff here. Alright, she's got a frost grenade. We're going to take that. Those boots are nice. Alright, yeah. And after you pickpocket her, feel free to, you know, get rid of her. Alright, and once you get Maeve out of the way, you can come right on over here, talk to the boat. Alright. You're going to want to sing the song from the book that you found. And then no matter who you are, you want to be polite to the boat. You don't want to treat the boat like a slave. You want to be polite to your boat. You know, it's your boat. Treat it good. Oh yeah, once you tell it to prepare to set sail, you're good to go. Now, you can just start up, but I'm going to tell Melody to wait, because we have Death Fog over here, and I want to use the Death Fog in our next battle. So we're going to have Pyramus pick that up. Alright. Alright, so right here, I'm going to test out something before we start combat with the boats. We got these three down here. Beast, Red Prince, and Mumbo. Pyramus is detached. He's up top. There was something I read on the forums, and I want to test it out here. So I used the Respect Mirror and gave Mumbo the 5-star Diner talent. Alright, and before getting that, you know, before trying to test this out, I had already decided I want Mumbo to be the one taking the Attar of the Blood Rose. In case you guys forgot about this, it gives +1 stat to every single attribute you've got. Alright, now what 5-star Diner does over here is it doubles the effects of food and potions. Somebody claimed that if you drink this while you have 5-star Diner, it will in fact give you +2 to all of your attributes. Then, since you had 5-star Diner when you took it, that'll stay, and you can use the mirror to get rid of 5-star Diner and get back whatever talent you had. In this case, we got rid of Elemental Affinity. So worst case scenario, it wears off, and we debunk that myth. Alright, pull some Mythbusters there. Best case scenario, Mumbo gets an additional +1 to everything on top of what I was planning on him getting. So let's see what happens. Alright, so he drank that. It does, in fact, give a +2, which makes sense. We do have 5-star Diner. Now we're going to come over to the mirror. We're going to get rid of 5-star Diner and get back our Elemental Affinity. And now we're going to check to see if this still says +2. Alright, a little nervous. Let's see. It goes back to +1. Okay, so myth debunked. You could keep 5-star Diner, and that will stay at +2, I'm sure. But if you don't have 5-star Diner, it's going to revert back to a +1 on all of these. Alright, which is still very good. Blood Rose is still very good power, or a very good potion. I'm curious if you can just toggle that on and off by getting 5-star Diner. Because if you can, I mean, that would be pretty interesting. Yeah, okay, so you can toggle it on and off. It's not like it's like a flipping a switch. Alright, that's pretty cool. Alright, maybe you could do that with your Pet Pal person. If you know where a Pet Pal quest is, you know, come back, get out 5-star Diner, get rid of it, put in Pet Pal, and then when you don't need to use Pet Pal, swap it back out. Pet Pal is just the only talent I could think that you could also swap out and not notice any combat effectiveness changing. But that's our Attar of the Blood Rose, our Blood Rose Elixir buff right there. Sir Laura's got a little exclamation point, and I don't have Pet Pal right now, but we're going to talk to him anyway, and nothing happens. Cool. If I had Pet Pal, I'm sure he would just tell us a skill combination recipe. That's generally what he does. Alright, so the Blood Rose myth has been debunked. You cannot keep it with the 5-star diner benefits and then get rid of 5-star diner. But if you guys want double benefits, that would probably be worth taking 5-star diner. I mean, that's like 6 extra points and bigger and better, right? This talent right here gives you 2 extra points. So it's like getting that 3 times by getting 5-star diner. So it's kind of like 3 times the normal talent value. Alright, so we're going to rechain Pyramus, and then we're going to save right here. We're going to pick up the next episode with the boat battle. Alright, this is a pretty tough encounter. If you're playing on honor mode, you're going to want to make sure that you're at level 9 at this point. Alright, and we'll be back in the next episode. See you guys later.